Hi, it's me, Rachel Lynn, and today is a special video that is a collab with a bunch of YouTubers, and we are talking about different ways that we have been scammed. So this collab was hosted by In Your Future, and there are several other financial YouTubers that are participating in this, so I definitely encourage you to go and check all of them out. If you are new to my channel from this collab, hi and welcome to my channel. If you are not already subscribed, I encourage you to go ahead and do so. I make videos about getting out of my student loan debt and losing some weight along the way, and if that is something that you think you could use some help with in either one of those areas or some encouragement, then please go ahead and subscribe. I know I could definitely use the encouragement for myself. So today I am talking about how I have been scammed or somebody else that I know, and I actually have two stories for you today. One involves me, and it's not exactly a scam, but it did definitely affect my wallet, and so therefore I did want to talk about it in just a precautionary tale for you. And then the other story actually involves my great aunt. She is 91 years old, and she was almost scammed. If it wasn't for the good works of a complete stranger, then she probably would have been wiped out. Okay, so I'm going to start with my story, and it's not exactly a scam, but it kind of feels like it when I ended up paying a lot of money. When I was in college, I was working on a project, and I had to present this project. I had a paper, and then I also had a PowerPoint that I had to present in front of the whole class, and then the paper was going to the teacher, and I was working on these things. And of course I am an elementary teacher, and at the time I was in school to become an elementary teacher, and I think just as a general rule, as elementary teachers, most of us like things to just be cute and fun and look good. And so while I was working on this PowerPoint presentation that I had to give, I was like, this is boring. I need to, liven it up, make it look good, make it look cute. I need some kind of like background in my PowerPoint. Keep in mind that this was several years ago, and so there weren't as readily available things and to use as far as for projects. Anyway, I was working on this project and I wanted to make it look good, and so I went online and I was searching for something to use in the background of one of my PowerPoint slides, and I found what I thought I needed, and I downloaded a virus. So I know that's not exactly a scam, because this other person that set up the virus, or however the virus got onto my computer from that website, they did not get any of my money. So that's why this isn't exactly a scam. But it did feel like a scam, and I almost lost my entire paper, and I lost probably about half my presentation, if not the whole thing. I can't remember. It's been quite a while. But to me, this really affected my pocketbook, because I had to pay, oh gosh, I don't even remember. It was at least $150, maybe $200 that I had to pay to get my computer repaired. And after that, that computer never was the same. It was a great computer for the time, that is, but then after I had downloaded that virus, it was never the same, and it was an embarrassing amount of money for a college student. Oh gosh, that was such a scary night too, because my presentation was like, it was getting close. I don't think it was the next day, but it might have been. And like, I really cannot remember, because it was so long ago. But I just remember, like, I was trying to make the PowerPoint look cute, and the next thing I know, the giant blue screen of death, and it was like nothing, and I could not get my computer to come on. It was very, very scary. I am very glad that I did not have to completely replace that computer, and I didn't lose everything that was on there, but I did have to pay a hefty penny to get it fixed. And then of course, like I said, it was never the same again, and it was very scary thinking that I might have lost my entire presentation, I think it was a 10-page paper, It was very scary. So my second story is an actual scam that happened, but it did not come to full fruition thanks to a very kind stranger that I will never have the chance to thank. So my great aunt is currently 91 years old. At the time that this happened, she was 90. So this was within the last year or so that this happened. So what happened from my perspective is all of a sudden one day I get this call from my aunt, and she was kind of freaking out, and if you know her, you'll know that that's actually pretty normal. She freaks out about a lot of different things. She still lives by herself. She still drives, although we're not entirely sure that she should still be driving. So she called me on this one particular day, kind of freaking out. I went over to her house and talked to her, and she said that she had been called by somebody on the phone, and they told her that she had won $1 million. And they needed, I'm not even sure what she needed to mail to them, but they gave her an address, and they told her that she needed to, I think she needed to like mail a check. My aunt went so far as to put the whole thing together and get in the car, and she went to the post office, and she probably told the postal worker what was happening, but I can't be for certain because I don't know exactly what happened. But she did tell me that the lady at the post office stopped her from sending this mail. I really honestly wish that I could just like grab this lady and give her a really big hug and just be like, I don't know, like I don't know what would have happened to my aunt had she not stopped her from mailing this out. My aunt was very scared. She, when she was told, I guess, by the post office that it was a scam, and I think that my aunt was very scared, and she did not even want to be alone in her house. She had me take her to her bank. She wanted to talk to the bank, make sure that they didn't have any of her information, and that they did not have access to her account. I don't think that she had given them any of that information over the phone. I think that they just told her to like mail her a check, and so since nothing was actually sent to them, then they never got anything from her, and so everything was safe. So I went back home with her after taking her to the bank, and while I was there with her, they actually called back, and they wanted to know if she had mailed whatever it was that she was supposed to mail. And I was there, and I answered the phone, and I had a few words with them, and I said that she is not going to be sending them anything, and that I was there, and I was not going to let them take advantage of her. And yeah, I can barely even remember the conversation because I was just like shaking with fury with the fact that they had called back and were, you know, checking up to make sure that she had sent her check or whatever it was that she had to send. Like, I was not happy. So I have no idea what these people would have gotten away with had my aunt actually put the check in the mail and sent it to them. I am extremely grateful to the post office worker that actually stopped her from sending it. I don't even know how my aunt would think that she had won $1 million. I just like, I mean, she doesn't enter anything. She doesn't do things like that. And so I found it very curious how my aunt would actually fall for something like that. But this may not be the first time that she's kind of fallen for things like that, and it makes me very, very worried for her. So I kind of think that the whole point of us doing this collab and doing several videos on different ways that we've been scammed is really to help prevent you from falling into the same trap. So from my story, hopefully you can learn not to download strange things onto your computer, but hopefully you know better than I did. I was just desperate. I knew better at the time too. I was just desperate for making it be a good presentation and getting a good grade, and that kind of pushed me over the limit of staying within my safety zone as far as downloading things from the internet and going out to downloading things that I shouldn't have downloaded. And then as far as my aunt is concerned, if you haven't entered anything, then there's no way that you can win. And if you win something, you should not have to mail a check in order to get your prize. So please take heed on anything. So basically, just be very cautious, be very wary of anything that is going on, and think about where you're actually putting your money. Think about the actions that you're actually doing. Think about what other people's motives are and what they're requesting of you based on what you should be getting in return. So if you've won something, you shouldn't have to pay for that. So please just be careful. If you have ever been scammed, or you know of someone else that has been scammed, please leave me a comment down below and let me know what happened in your situation, because you might have something new to share with me for something that I need to watch out for. Please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not already. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Basically, just don't trust anybody. That's not true.